Here with a book review on Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. This is an enemies to lovers. It's labeled as a monster romance. I would call it romantasy. Tomato, tomato. I don't know. It is single POV, medium spicy. And it's actually part of two series on KU. So there's a series of enemies to lovers, monster romance, the line that's kind of at the bottom. They're all called Slaying the X, and they're all written by different authors. And this is Carissa Broadbent's. And because it's her, she also tied it into the Crown of Nyaxia series, and Goodreads, at least last I looked, had it labeled as Crown of Nyaxia 2.5. And these characters do indeed show up in the Shadowborn duology 3 and 4, so I recommend reading it right along with the regular Crown of Nyaxia series. Like, could you understand without this book? Sure. But would I call it a true standalone? I don't know, because I think it gives you a lot of good context. I should probably actually start talking about the book. Selena is our main character, and she is a devout follower of the goddess of fate. She's actually in an elite group, almost a cult, if you will, of these followers of the goddess of fate, and she's actually trained as an assassin. Now, to be a part of this group, she's had to give up her eyesight, but she can now see through the threads of fate. Her leader gives her a mission to go befriend a cursed vampire named Atreus, and he is trying to conquer some human territories. Once she has his trust, she's supposed to off him. The direction is to off him, not get him off. But she can't see. You'd think she could hear. Well, tomato, tomato again, right? They spark a connection, and so then it's hard for her to complete her mission. I gave this 4.25 stars. I know we're not supposed to judge books by their cover, okay, but in this case, the cover tells me everything I need to know about the vibe and expectations of this book. And therefore, I went in with the right expectations and enjoyed my time. I enjoyed these characters. I also enjoyed seeing different parts of the Nyaxia world outside just of like the House of Night or the 3 vampire houses. Like, it starts to bring in other gods besides just Nyaxia herself, which I think is really important as you work yourself into 3 and 4, which is the Shadowborn duology. I think I felt very similarly to this as I did as I was reading 6 Scorched Roses, so I rated it the same. Pretty sure I mentioned this, but just in case I didn't, it's on KU. Now, I highly recommend the Crown of Nyaxia series. I think I've read everything that is now published up to date. Like, highly, highly recommend. You should absolutely bump that up on your TBR, this included. But I also am very intrigued by the other, like the Slaying the X series, because I don't know, I've been just vibing with monster romance lately. I think it's just, you know what you're going in and getting, and I appreciate that. So I might read some of the others at some point.